edition of the program Improve Seeds and Animals on your darling station, ARCN Television Abuja, where we explore, we enlighten, we educate, and we entertain you on the best way or method of improving your farm production for better harvest. I am Hilda Homsem Phantom. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back. Knowledge of Center for Organic Agriculture, CORE, an association of organic agriculture practitioners of Nigeria, NOAN, visited the ARCN complex. Representing the Executive Secretary of ARCN, Professor Garba Shaributu, Dr. Edeke John, Special Advisor to the ES, and Coordinator, Senator Abdullahi Adamu Communications Center, welcome and assured them of enjoying the services of the Research Institute and the media as a whole.
So we are stronger than ever before as a council. And like the head said, I think we'll have the capacity to back up this project and shift it to the next level. Further to that, before the act, we had 26 parastatals on the house. But today, we have 32 federal government parastatals under the council. We have 3 land resources departments that join from the ministry. We have federal colleges of cooperatives all over the nation added to us. And if not for what we have in the act, I'm sure there are so many institutions hanging around saying we want to be in this council today, saying we want to be in this council. That is to let you know that you are in safe hands. And by God's mercies, we are going to do everything to support the project.
They were ushered through the Research Council's museum, library, and the television studio. Abdullahi, member of the committee, highlighted the reasons for their visit.
There is a project called Knowledge Center for Organic Agriculture. That project is being funded by GIZ. GIZ is a German cooperative, just like the USAID and the FID for the British, so it's being funded by GIZ. And the project also is being implemented by the Association of Organic Agriculture Association of Nigeria. That is the implementing association. And the major purpose of the objective of the project is to gather knowledge about organic agriculture, both including research and local farmers' knowledge. One those knowledge we are gathered, they will be synthesized in a form that can be transmitted to the farmers so that they can understand those knowledge. That is the main objective of the project. Ecological agriculture involves saving the environment, saving money, sustainable agricultural development. So these are all what is being encompassed in all this, which is being transmitted to the farmers. Concept of sustainability, conserve the environment, get more food, more healthy food. That is the major essence, and that's what the project is. That's one of the components of the project, to disseminate this information. The project is at the process of collating the information now. Later it will be synthesized and then be broadcast or disseminated to the farmers.
Association of Organic Agriculture Practitioners of Nigeria is an umbrella organization that will house whether small organizations or individuals that want to practice organic agriculture. When we say practice of organic agriculture, it is not the same as practice of traditional or natural farming. The unique component of organic agriculture is that it must conform to a system. It must conform to a standard. That's the difference between traditional and organic agriculture. The entrepreneurship, which is abundant in organic agriculture, is brought into the activities of ARCN. We know that they have farm activities, training all over the country. We look forward that ARCN and Yuan can work together to achieve what we want in this country: healthy food, safe food, healthy environment, and most importantly, to bring our people, most of people, out of the circle of poverty.
Gathering from here in Nigeria and also information from other places, put together and then disseminated to our farmers. And then the next one is to facilitate networking. These three groups have networked themselves, sponsoring a project to see that what knowledge do we have that is already existing? What are we adding? Then we disseminate this information. Then how do we now integrate all users, producers, the opticals, and the consumers, and the researchers as well?
We'll be right back, where the advantages of organic agriculture will be highlighted by Dr. Jude Ubi, the project country's coordinator and president of NORN, and also Professor Mabel Ipimoriti, chairperson, National Steering Committee. Stay tuned. animals. Today on the episode, we have delegates and Committee of Knowledge for Center for Organic Agriculture and Association of Organic Agricultural Practitioners of Nigeria. And this is what they have to say.
And in the most simplest form, organic agriculture is the practice of agriculture without the use of synthetic materials. But it goes beyond the use of synthetic materials because before you can be said to be practicing organic agriculture, you must conform to a particular system of production, which is using a documented standard. It is when you conform to a documented standard that you are said to be practicing organic agriculture. Organic agriculture is different from what we call natural agriculture. Natural agriculture is still the practice of agriculture without the use of synthetics. But the difference is that the person that is practicing natural does not conform to a particular standard. And we have standards all over the world, and in Nigeria we have organic standard developed by the Association of Organic Agriculture Practitioners of Nigeria. Association of Organic Agriculture Practitioners of Nigeria is an umbrella organization that is warehousing all individuals, all corporate bodies, all NGOs, and all other bodies that conform to the practice or want to conform to the practice of organic agriculture. The beauty of organic agriculture is that it sustains the environment, protects the environment, gives us good, tasty, and healthy food, helps us to live better, and protect us, both us, the plants, and animals, because we know that the use of synthetic materials is deleterious to our health, to the plants, to the animals, and to the environment. We are collecting, processing, and validating information, knowledges. We call it knowledge products on organic agriculture. And they exist in two major forms. It can be documented, that is, it originates from research, either from universities or institutions of associations. But there are not other ones that we call endogenous or traditional knowledge. This traditional knowledge is what we practice. We know that it works, so we want to bring them together, compile them, and present them in such a way that it can easily be used by farmers around. But the third one, which is, say, a component of the traditional knowledge or indigenous knowledge, is the one we say that is not widely practiced. The one we call traditional knowledge coded is the one that is widely practiced and is known by a lot of people. So that one will be easily communicated to people. But the one that is not widely not known, that one will need more work to confirm that it does what we claim that it does, number one. Number two, if there's a need, we do a lot of research to confirm that those things that we claim that it do, that it actually does them. So, Knowledge Center for Organic Agriculture goes into collecting this information, processing them, and converting them into different forms, including video, fact sheet, and the rest, so that people will know how to practice it, people will know how it is used, and people will know the benefits from it. Now, also, what we are doing is that we are training people that will now practice this, knowledge we have collected, and we will develop what we called field farm school, where some of these products will be practiced, and the people, the local farmers that will make use of it, will come to the field, see it practiced, and learn from it, see the result, and desirous of taking advantage of the practice. Because the moment it is widely practiced, more adopted, the less that we abuse the environment, and the environment will be safer for us, for animals and plants, and for human health, and most importantly, for generations to come. One of the major disadvantages of conventional practice, we call it conventional practice, is that it affects the health of the farmers. Number one, it affects the health of the farmers. Number two, it affects the environment. Number three, it does not give the taste, the quality of food that we need. And All these are the things that organic agriculture solve. For instance, no farmer enjoys the use of insecticide, use of pesticides. We see pictures of farmers that are using insecticide. They have to cover all their body because of the danger it pertains. And still, those covering will not protect them. But if you are practicing of organic agriculture and you are spraying maybe insecticide or pesticide, you don't need to cover yourself because it is not dangerous to the body. Number one. Number two, most synthetic materials used in farming, either pesticide, insecticide, or even soil amendment, they are deleterious to the environment. Some of them will come into the environment, they won't go, they will stay for a long time, they enter into the food chain, and they cause different diseases on the body of man. Then we will talk about imbalance in biodiversity. It will kill the insects, and what organic agriculture is saying, don't kill them, manage them. Give them their own ecosystem where they exist, while your plants or animals or the things you produce still coexist without any problem. What it does to the environment. And the most important thing, the taste of the food that comes from organic agriculture is wonderful. It is fantastic. And the last of them all, when you produce using organic agriculture, your produce has long shelf life. It doesn't deteriorate easily. So there are lots and lots of disadvantages. How much do you look at what happens when you produce, but half of what you produce get destroyed, or people don't enjoy the taste that comes from it? But all these are the problems that organic agriculture equally solves. Organic agriculture is built on four stands, which is health, ecology, fairness, and care. And as I said previously, if any of these are not there, then it is not the practice of organic agriculture.
Organic agriculture principles are simply the same. The only thing here is that the product is now animal and not plants. We often advise, even one of the practices that is encouraged in organic agriculture is integration. Because in the natural environment, we have all these crops together with the animals. The animals live under the vegetation by default. And the fisheries aspect of life depends on water. And water is sustained by vegetation around the water system. So we often advise that in a typical farm, all these things should be there because they complement one another. And when they are managed together, the resources yield better. Now, to practice organic aquaculture, number one thing is that the source of water must be linked and pure. It must be normal water that is not flowing from polluted area. Tap water is treated water. So what we do is to dechlorinate the tap water before use. Well, you expose the water. Normally we advise that when you want your culture water, well, it's best it is from a natural source. But when you don't have a choice and it is from tap water, you have to expose it for like 21 days to be sure that the chemicals have evaporated. And then you can now use it. You put it in an exposed facility to have interaction with the atmospheric air. Yes. But it is best you use water flowing from natural environment. But if you leave tap water for a long time, the chemicals will disappear, they will evaporate, and the water will become pure, and it can be used. You can also use well water, but the same way, but not so much for such a long time. If it is well water, if it's coming, you drop it like shower, so that it will trap oxygen, and then it can be used. So in aquaculture, we ensure that there is a gap of, for Nigerian standard, is a gap of like kilometers from the non-conventional practice, and you have what we call buffer zone in between, such that there is no interaction between what you have and the conventional practice or other pollutants around. The main thing is to ensure that you eliminate pollution, you eliminate anything that could cause health hazard in the production. So we ensure that the environment is clean. You have understanding with people using the neighboring land, so that whatever they practice does not come to affect your fish. It is very key, because whatever is done upland, when rain falls, they are washed down to the water. So the environment must be very secured, and it has to be with understanding with people who are using neighboring or adjoining land.
The visit was wrapped up with a photograph. Thank you for watching. Keep a date with us for another beautiful episode. From all of us here, we say thank you. I am Hilda Homsen Fantuam saying bye-bye.